Okay, Lane. So what happened in Justice League Flashpoint Paradox?
Like, there's the scene where Barry's like, "Oh, I'm with my girlfriend." Da 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 da. And then he goes into the alternative universe where he's like, "Wait, my mom is alive." He goes to her and he's like, "Mom, you're here. You should meet my girlfriend." And she's just like,
And then he gets time
"What?"
cucked.
Gets time cucked, and then his mom just kind of goes, "Oh, I thought you were gay."
Yeah.
Like,
And
that was heavily implied,
there's
which was
like
really
the
funny.
scenes where like his memories are being overwritten, or like he's gaining new memories of the new timeline, and he's at is like celebrating his birthday with his girlfriend. I think her name is Iris. But instead of her, it's his mom
His
instead.
mom. Assume just going, "Oh yeah, I did this obscure thing just to fuck with you, Barry." And
Yeah,
people just
the
come with
most
different.
common one is literally just him saying, he's like, when you were with your first girlfriend and you came when she touched your leg. It was me, Barry. I jerked you
It
off at
was me.
super speed so that it would seem like you came just at a woman's touch. She loses horribly, and Wonder Woman murders her. And then Wonder Woman takes her crown and puts it on and keeps it on. And that causes Aquaman to be like, no, no, you can't do this. I'm going to kill you.
He's
So
like,
then they
"Oh,
go to
kill it."
war.
He's like, "Killing my wife, I'm fine with that. That's all right. But wearing her crown, that's where I draw the line."
The war escalates. There's a lot of great scenes like when Hal Jordan gets the alien
Just fucking
ship and then
dies.
gets eaten by a fish and explodes. That part's pretty funny.
when we
Um,
were when we were watching it, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of cool from Hale Jordan. He's just a regular old pilot. He's not even the Green Lantern." And
yeah,
then he just dies, and I'm like, "Oh,
he's pretty funny.
oh." There was a whole subplot where Lois Lane was like a war reporter.
Yeah, it also shows another character who I assume you're not very familiar with. He's in this movie, I think. His name is Steve. He's like, don't know his exact character like thing, but he's in these movies. Um, he's also there as like an undercover agent or something, and he uh gets like hung by Wonder Woman with the lasso, which is pretty
Oh
nuts.
yeah.
He puts the man. She does some horrible things. In this, like, she puts the lasso around his head and then pulls him up and chokes him to death. Um,
Ooh.
and also she kills the Shazam kids. She,
Yeah, I remember that.
she
They
like,
just show up and then she just immediately murders them, like no contest.
well, no, they fight pretty well, and then she puts the lasso around him and them and asks like
Oh,
what to
juice.
do to get rid of their power, and so she makes them say the name, and then they turn into kids, and then she picks the main kid up, Billy Bats or whatever, and then it cuts away and you hear him screaming and sword sounds, and then it cuts back and he's on the ground because I guess that's probably a rating thing they had to do, like the Freddy got fingered stuff, like the fucking airplane propeller kid who gets horribly blenderized, and then he just his ADR of just
I,
him saying, "I'm okay, Dad, I'm okay." Superman is like, "Oh no, the military is attacking them. I gotta help," and then he just vaporizes a bunch of people. And then Flash is like, "No, close your eyes, Superman." And he puts his hands over his eyes, and it makes it fly out like disco light, and it just vaporizes more people. And then he flies away. And he comes back during the very end fight, and I think he cuts off Aquaman's arm. I think. Um,
yeah.
Coolest Aquaman in anything I've ever seen, because he's pretty bad and everything else. And been the Aquaman in this movie series is really, I mean, he's okay.
I
Aquaman who
still
murders people is cool though.
I still think of the bit in Peacemaker where Peacemaker actually meets Aquaman, and Peacemaker just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, I know you fuck fish," and just walks away. And Aquaman's like, "Man, I wish people can stop making that argument." And Barry just looks at him and goes, "Wait, I thought that was real."
Is it Jason Momoa or whatever, the
Yes,
actor?
yes,
Oh, that
yes.
sounds really weird. I've never seen that movie or any of the Justice League live action movies, so I don't know like what his performance is, but I feel like that would sound really weird coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, no, it was really bizarre to see him because so like basically the Justice League shows up too late, and Peacemaker is pissed about it, and he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," and then just goes to Aquaman and goes, "I know you fuck fish," just very angrily. Because like one of the very first lines in the first episode is him waking up from the hospital after the end of the Suicide Squad movie, and then he's just talking to a janitor, where the janitor's like, "Man, my favorite superhero is Aquaman." And Peacemaker just immediately goes, "Oh yeah, did you know he fucks fish?"
I'll
And the
have to
guy's
watch
like,
that at
"Wait."
some point. I still
The
haven't seen.
guy's like, "Wait, where did you hear that from?" And he's just like, "From Facebook."
They have the part in Peacemaker where the boulder is gonna come down and hit the Scooby Doo gang, and then he jumps in and his theme starts playing, and he stops the boulder.
No, that would have been cool.
That's my favorite John Cena moment. I mean, the
Yeah,
actor, like in his real wrestling career when that happens, you know.
no, you're.
Yep. I'm making that up. Don't worry about that. That really happened. Remember?
Yeah, I remember now. And then Scooby is like, I can't do his pronouncing the R thing. It's
Ruh-roh,
very.
Raggy.
He's like, "Oh, sir." I'm trying to say John Cena with an R in it, and it's not working.
I don't like. I don't. Does he just say everything with R's?
Pretty much.
Ruh-roh, Raggy, Ron, Rena. There you go.
Ron. That's so bad.